Hello everyone, and a happy new year to you all. It's great to have you along. I'm going to talk today about some changes I'm making to my YouTube channels. But before that, I'd like to welcome any new subscribers that are watching to either my Narrowboat venture or interest in heritage.
Hi, and thanks for joining me.
In simple terms, I've decided to merge both channels together. And I'm going to explain the reasons for that. But first of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about numbers for the channel. This year in particular, for my Narrowboat venture, they've been seesawing all the time, up and down, up and down. I tend to record the number of subscribers each time I publish a video. And what tends to happen between is that numbers will drop off and then they'll come up again. But the trend generally has been downwards this year. It is something I raised with the YouTube management, as it were, right at the start of the year, because I'd been very concerned about how numbers were not progressing at all. And in more recent months, every time I've published, numbers have gone down. They then recover a bit and go down. So whilst I'm getting new subscribers, overall the picture has still been downward, which has been really annoying. But let me talk about interest in heritage and why that came about to start with. I set up my Narrowboat venture in 2018. I've always been interested in filming. I started by using Super 8 silent film when I was a teenager. I'd always been interested in the film industry and wanted to do my little bit, as it were. So anyway, I used to make films of all sorts of things, but they were silent, no sound in those days. And then I suppose in my 30s and into my 40s, I was mainly taking still pictures. I have always taken pictures of my travels. I've always liked to have a record. I think having photographs of where you've been is an excellent record to maintain, and that's what I've done over the years. And then 25 years ago, I started with moving pictures again. Initially with High 8 and more latterly with mini DV film. And in the last certainly 15 to 20 years, it's been secure digital. So patterns have changed over the years of how I've recorded. But having taken so much footage from my travels in the last 15 to 20 years and never got round to editing much of it, I wanted to make use of that film. And the only way I thought I could do that was by starting a heritage channel. Now my channel on narrowboating, my Narrowboat venture, is predominantly about that topic. And although I cover other things as well, or have done so, when I've dealt with something which is of a heritage nature, I've tended to find that they've not been so popular. And people won't be looking for heritage subjects on a narrowboat channel. So in 2022, I had the idea of creating a new channel. This is something YouTube recommend. They say, if it's two separate topics, have two separate channels. So the idea was set in my mind back in 2022. And in 2023, in the early part of the year, I did actually create the channel, but I didn't publish it at that time. It wasn't until September 2023 that I actually published the channel. how has it gone? Well, quite frankly, not as well as I would have liked. Initially, I was hoping to get my subscriber levels up from existing viewers. To monetize a channel for YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Now, I obviously have that with my Narrowboat venture, and I was looking to achieve that on the new channel and hoping to achieve it fairly quickly, thinking that the first 1,000 would come from my existing subscriber bank, but that didn't happen. I got nearly 500 viewers fairly quickly, and then it's been rather slow since then. With regards to the hours, because I published videos of varied subjects, some of them filmed 10, 12 years ago, they've been very short videos, so I'm not getting a lot of watch hours in. I've actually had to make some notes on figures and so forth. Numbers have increased recently on both channels. I have an extra 250 viewers on Interest in Heritage, literally in the last month or so, and I'll explain the reason for that. And likewise, my Narrowboat venture has gained about 200 viewers in the last month, against a tide where numbers have gone down month by month by month. So why have these changes come about? Years ago, YouTube said they would no longer notify creators of new subscribers. But recently I have been getting emails saying that someone has subscribed. So I have assumed that all those new subscribers are for the new channel. I might be wrong, but I'm assuming that every time I get a notification that someone has subscribed, it is to Interest in Heritage. So I've published to date 12 videos on Interest in Heritage. Of those 12 videos, 11 have not been overly successful. Viewing numbers range from about 250 to 1,000. I've done a couple of bus running day videos. I've done some historic videos. One of the subjects I've covered was Paronaut, which is a historic fireboat. I've also done a video on the Stanley Orchard tractor, of which only 2 were ever built. I've done Fowler ploughing engine. I've done various topics with very short videos. And the success rate has varied enormously. Now, a couple of weeks ago, a month, 5 weeks or so, I published a video on Trevithick and the first steam loco in the world. Believe it or not, that has now had over 28,000 views. Absolutely incredible. And that's not something I'm going to be able to continue with other videos I publish. And it is from those 28,000 viewers that I have, I believe, achieved my new 250 subscribers. But basically, it's not working for me having 2 channels, and this is why I'm looking to change it. The sun is coming through the windows more so than I expected. So I think I'm in shadow now. But these things happen. I'm going to carry on talking and see how we get on. The problem I'm having is that at the current rate, in order to monetize the new channel, I reckon it's going to take another 18 months or so. Now, I'm not reliant on any income from the channel, and the small fees that I earn on a monthly basis on my Narrowboat venture are put back into the channel by buying equipment, either cameras, SD cards, mounts for cameras, tripods, etc. There's all sorts of equipment I've bought over the years. but I'm getting fewer viewers on Interest in Heritage than I would have done had I published those same videos on my narrowboating channel. So what I've decided to do is actually change the name of the channel. I'd been reluctant to do this. I'd wanted to keep it about narrowboating. But what I'm doing in the new year is I'm changing the name of the channel to my Narrowboat and Heritage Ventures. So the title will embrace both narrowboating and heritage. What this means for viewers is that if you are already a subscriber of my Narrowboat venture, you need do nothing. Everything will carry on as before, other than you'll see a greater number of heritage videos on the renamed channel. For subscribers to Interest in Heritage, I regret that you will have to resubscribe to the newly named channel of my Narrowboat and Heritage Ventures, and I'm hoping many of you will choose to do that. I've got so much footage from years gone by, and even last year I was very busy filming. In April last year, ready for the new channel, I filmed an iconic London landmark which is known throughout the world. But how many people actually get to see inside? And I filmed that 8 months ago and have not yet edited it. I was waiting for numbers to improve on the channel before doing so. And I'm hoping that viewers will look forward to seeing that episode. I've also filmed other topics such as textile museums, country life museum, historic places of interest. I've got a lot of unedited film just from this year, let alone the last 15 years. I should actually tell you about numbers of videos I've published since I started. They now number 373. I'm looking at my notes. In 2023, I published 60 videos. In 2022, 65. And the year before that was 88. So I've published more than one video a week. And I do vary the dates, or the days I should say. I did get into a period when I was doing a lot of publishing on a Sunday. More recently it's been a Thursday and occasionally a Friday. YouTube do recommend that you have a regular date so your subscribers know when to look out for you. But from my point of view, and I feel less pressured when I don't have a regular date, although it may seem that Thursday has actually become my regular date. I can't promise going forward that I'm going to publish every week. That just may not happen. So please bear with me, and I hope you enjoy looking out for whatever it is that I am publishing at the time that I publish it. From now on, you will see heritage videos on my Narrowboat venture. And I do hope that you'll continue your support and encouragement. It does mean a great deal to me. What I should say is that the heritage videos generally will be shorter in length than the cruising videos. And the reason for that is the topics are so different. And the other thing to note is that the channel where I engage with viewers will remain the narrowboating side. A lot of the heritage video I have was taken years ago when I wasn't talking to camera, so you won't see me appear or anything. So it's a very different thing. And one of the difficulties I have is that sometimes when I put in narrative over something, the film might be that long, but the narrative is that long, and they don't match up. Dealing with heritage videos is quite time consuming, as there's so much research has to go in to get them right. And when you're researching, you'll often find conflicting facts about the same event, as it were, or the same piece of technology. And it's very difficult to know, because I'm always fearful that I'll say something and someone else will say, well, no, that's not quite right, this happened or that happened. But I do my best to get everything as accurate as I possibly can. Going forward, the channel to watch will be my Narrowboat and Heritage Ventures. I've done a new introduction. The next video I publish after this will have that introduction, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to publish on that channel some of the videos I've published on interest in heritage, which haven't been published on the narrowboating channel. But I do know that many of you, and thank you very much for doing so, are subscribed to both channels, so you just have to bear with me for a while. I have no new narrowboat footage presently, it's all been used, so I need to get out and do some more cruising, and I'm hoping to do some in the new year and start that side again. But I've got so much footage to edit of heritage topics that I'm going to continue with that for the time being. So please bear with me whilst things change. I also need to change the Facebook and Instagram accounts, change their names. I believe that's fairly straightforward. My research on changing the YouTube name is straightforward. It seems you can change your name every 4 times a year, I think it is, so every 3 months. Big changes are coming in one sense, but not in another, because everything is going to carry on as before. Filming is my hobby. That's not going to change. I'm not planning to stop. Frequency of published videos may well change. I just don't have the time to do it all. But I am still doing it. I enjoy doing it. As I said, it's my hobby. I've been doing it for so many years now that I've got no intention of packing up. So things will continue. And I'm looking forward to the coming year. I don't yet know exactly what I'll be doing, but I've got lots of footage to edit, and there are exciting times coming. I have already mentioned that the boat needs to be blacked and painted again this year, so that's certainly going to be quite a large topic. And cruising plans are not yet decided. All I can say is that I hope you will continue your support for the channel. Keep the comments and the likes coming. It does mean a great deal to me, and now to Sally, of course. We enjoy reading your comments and getting the encouragement from you to do what we do. So I'm going to leave this here now. I think I've spoken for long enough. I'm not quite sure what the quality of the video has been, because the sun has been coming in and out. Sometimes I can't see myself in the screen because of the glare. But anyway, I hope that 2024 is extra special for all of you, and that you have a great year. Many, many thanks for watching in 2023. I look forward to you staying with me in 2024 to see what I get up to. I'm going to sign off now in my usual way. Many thanks for watching. Look after yourselves, your friends and families. Take the utmost care in whatever you're doing. Until next time, bye for now. Take care, everyone. Bye.